Hey everybody, it's me, Makita. I literally just woke up and I was wanting to make this video while it's still fresh on my brain. I went to sleep, it's 10 a.m. but I just woke up and I guess it's because people were talking about the rapture, which made me have this dream. Hold on. Okay guys, hopefully this is better. I do have the fan on, but I'm trying to block it out because I'm recording through my headphones. But like I was saying, I don't know if it's because I was watching some of the videos of the rapture, but I just want to say this while it's fresh in my mind. It's 10:18 a.m. on the 24th, I think. I don't know what today's date is. September the 24th. I think that's what it is. Or it might be September the 25th, 2025. But at the end of I'm going to say what I remember from the end and go forward. Let me go backwards. But so before I woke up, it was this girl. She had a maroon shirt on, and it said PM20, and then up under it said 1994. Now, PM would be Post Malone. So Post Malone 20, but it was like 1994. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. PM20. But then when I woke up, I'm like, how's that 1994 when he wasn't born until 1996? So that shirt would have been 2 years before he was born. So then, after me saying PM 1994, because it was PM20, so it was like that. Like if y'all know his signature is PM, but it said PM20, and it was like in fake diamonds, or it was like diamonds, but it wasn't like actual, like, it was like a picture, and it was PM, so the P and the M and the 20 was like in the diamonds, but it was like a patch, and then up under it said 1994. Well, one shirt said 1994, and then there was another shirt that said PM20, but it just had 94. So maybe 2094? Because the 2094, he will be 98? Yeah. So he will be 98 in 2094. Okay, so also, it was crazy around that time. Okay, my message to everybody. People was like killing each other because I remember had scissors and I was hiding them. And like we were hiding stuff in mud. But it wasn't like we weren't hiding stuff in the ground. It was like I don't know, mud. And then I remember I had scissors and like it was like this man and this woman. They were greedy. And they weren't even, like they were together at that point, but like they had their own families. It was sort of like Hunger Games, I guess, to where the strongest people formed a group and then they were going around to the other people. Buddy, is that you? It is a buddy. It is a buddy. I am. I was talking about my dream that I had. So then it was like they were going around stealing like from the other people. I'm really trying to remember. I just remember food that we needed, like food was sparse, or if it wasn't sparse, whatever town I was in, it was like we were not hungry. It was just, it was sort of like the pandemic, where we were stocking up on stuff without necessarily fully needing it. So in my mind, how I'm understanding it, it was like scissors and like I remember a saw, you know, like what you saw wood with, the hand saw. That was important. And so yeah, it was like food. Like I said, I remembered this woman, she was a baker, and she baked up like some little mini Hawaiian roll loaf pans, but it wasn't like individual Hawaiian, it was like Hawaiian rolls, but only in like miniature loaves, like bread loaves, because they were small. Like if y'all ever seen the 4-pack of the Hawaiian rolls at the store, it was that size, but instead of 4 individual Hawaiian rolls, it was just one big loaf, but it was that small, and she baked them up. And I remember she was putting it in like it was wrapped in plastic, but she had mud and she was hiding it, like she was putting mud all around it, because whatever mud that was, it prevented it from going bad. That's how it was survived. Like that's how it was staying fresh. And it had like mud. It was so ruthless. I don't know what year it was. I just remember PM20. And then I remember One said 1994, which Post Malone was -2. And then there was another one that said PM20. The one that just said PM20, and then 94 at the bottom was like a black shirt. I seen a black shirt that said that. Then I seen a green shirt that said that, like PM20. Like the PM20 all looked the same. It was PM20, and it looked like if you wrote it in like diamonds or cubic zirconias or whatever, a diamond, but only it was fabric. It was like an iron-on patch, but the iron-on patch was PM20, and then up under it, like I said, the green shirt and the black shirt, like all of them, it said 94, like at the bottom, but the 94 was like a iron-on patch. But then the maroon shirt that said PM20 was a maroon shirt, and it said PM20, and then it said 1994. And then, like, literally in my head, I'm like, well, that makes sense. PM20, Post Malone 20, like that's his 20th anniversary or his 20th show or whatever. And then it said 1994, and then it literally didn't click on my head till I woke up that he wasn't born in 1994. He was born in 1996. So could it be 2094, which would make him 98? I don't know, but we were still here. We were still here on Earth, so I guess that's the moral of the story. In 2094, we were still on Earth. It was people fighting, and like it was almost Mad Max, Thunderdome-ish kind of thing, where we were still here on Earth, but it was people fighting. But like my feeling on that was, it was just people being greedy. Like we didn't even need to fight over supplies. Like there was enough food, water, everything for everybody. So it wasn't like we were like in survival mode. It wasn't that kind of atmosphere. It was these certain poor people or these certain people wanted the supplies, not because they needed it, because there was only so much. It was like they wanted it because they didn't want anybody else to have it. And if they got it, then you got to like barter, fight, kill, whatever. You had to do stuff for said thing in order to get it. And like I said, I remember it was this guy and like this man and this woman, but I don't know if they were starting a date. Like originally she had a husband and kids, and he had a wife and kids, but I don't know where their families was, but they were like a team, and like everybody was afraid of them. Like I was afraid of them, but like the feeling I had wasn't that, oh my gosh, like we only have so much food. Like we have enough food. Like everybody has enough food to survive. everybody, and it was like tools, like I said, a saw. Like there was enough stuff for everybody, for us to live cohesively, to live like we were not at the point in that we were not at the point to where there's only a little bit of stuff left. And so we need to get it. I don't know. It was just like, to me, it felt like greedy hoarding from everybody. But it was sort of like there's only a little bit of stuff left wherever we was, but it wasn't like it wasn't, okay, so like we still had stuff, and it wasn't like we could just go out and like rebuy everything, but we wasn't like, it wasn't like a dire situation to where we gotta have this stuff. Maybe the tools was a dire situation, because like I said, I remember I was hoarding, or not hoarding, I was hiding, because I had like 4 pair of blunt tip scissors, like the kid scissors, and they were blunt tip, and I remember I had 4 of them, and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I hid it in mud, but the mud wasn't in the ground, like I was picking the mud up, and I put it around there. I remember that. And I remember the dude, the evil dude, he was trying to hit people in the head with a saw. That's why a saw stuck out to me. Like, I don't know what that means. Take from it what you need, leave what you don't. Maybe this ain't for anybody, and maybe it's for many different people. I don't know. I just wanted to say my one thing. Don't know what it means. I don't know. All I remember is PM20. And that's Post Malone 20. And then I remember it said, like, 1994. And then I know one said 94. Like, there was most of them that said 94. And then I only seen one that said 1994. Which, I don't know, it might not have been Post Malone. In my head, it was Post Malone. Maybe it was Paul McCartney. Whatever it was, 94. And everybody was wearing them shirts. Not by force, but just by, sort of like, if you ever seen when people in other countries, when you see the kids and they're walking around with felines and New Kids on the Block, 90 or 89, or Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch, 85, whatever, 89 or whatever, 88, like sort of like back in the days, old clothes. Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle shirts, like wearing clothes that is like way out of thing. That's how it was. It was like there was like a big shipment or a big case of PM20. Now I was gonna say it could be Mad Dog, but that's Mad Dog 2020, which is alcohol. But it wasn't 2020. It was PM Parmesan 20. I don't know. Like I'm trying to literally. I am trying to. My first thought was Post Malone. But maybe Parmesan, Perry Mason. No, because Perry Mason, he owned he went on to glory. He ain't here no more. Who was around in 1994? PM. I don't know. Something to chew on. Hey everybody, it's me. I'm back. I just looked up PM20. And it could be either brake fluid or it was a guitar by Parker. Something like that. I don't know. Is he a musician? Oh, I don't even... Parker... Crap, hold on. Let me look it up again. Hey guys, I'm back again. I didn't see no last name. It just said Parker, or it said PM20, like 20, and it was a guitar. So maybe, because the name of the guitar was Parker, that I just seen on Google. So maybe Post Malone used that guitar in his show, but that still wouldn't be 1994 because he wasn't born. And like I said, if it's 2094, he will be 98. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.